I finally have the time to knit, and I'm using a mohair for the first time. It's my first time using double pointed needles. I'm using the penny gloves pattern by Petite Knit. Hey everybody, new year, new knitting project. I've been looking all over Pinterest and I've been seeing a bunch of knitted fingerless gloves and they look really nice on people, so I was like, I kind of want to try this. And in the past I knitted these ones with a free pattern, but I'm not too big of a fan of like the multicolored yarn. Like, it's kind of hard to wear with stuff because it's not like a neutral color. And this is like how they look. They're not bad. I just think that the yarn is too chunky. So I don't know. These are just not it for me. So I was looking around and I saw this yarn that I got a little while ago. And I wanted to originally make a balaclava from it, but I've done that so many times that I'm not like really, I don't want to do it again. So I got this like fingerless gloves pattern. It's like the penny gloves, and I'm gonna use this gray yarn that I got. It's Drops Flora in like this light gray color. I actually tried starting the project and I messed it up 2 times, so the yarn is like wrapped around. And I'm using a mohair for the first time. This one was on sale. It was like $3, I think. It's the baby alpaca, I think, silk. I don't know, some silk mohair. It's like really soft and pretty. The colors matched up more online. It's kind of like different in real life, but I think this is gonna give this a little bit of like a speckled gray look. Although I wish that both of them were this gray color because I kind of like it more. Like, this is kind of too bright, but it's whatever. And I also, so when I first started the project, I was using my interchangeable, like the circular needles, and if you're using the circular needles, you have to use this magic loop method. I've done the magic loop in crochet, but the magic loop in knitting is like 10 times harder. I tried 3 different videos and I started the project 2 times, and I actually got to like around this much, but one of the sides, it was connected like this, and the other side was just like a bunch of like strings, and it was just like, that's not good. So I just had to end up cutting my yarn, and like I couldn't even like open it 2 times, so I'm kind of scared that I'm not gonna have enough, but hopefully I do. And also, this one was like sewed in after, like this was not like knit together, so I don't know, I'm kind of excited. So since the circular needles didn't work out for me, I got these double pointed needles. I originally got the 6-inch ones, but they wrote it wrong on the website, so these are 8-inch, and they're actually really expensive for like 4 of them, because I didn't order it from Wool Warehouse. If I got this from Wool Warehouse, it would probably cost like $4. Anyways, this is my first time using double pointed needles, and I'm using the penny gloves pattern by Petite Knit. This is my first time using a Petite Knit design, so I'm kind of excited for it, and I'll be taking you guys along with me for the whole knitting process. So I just got back from work, and yesterday I started the knitting project, and it's kind of like obsessive. Like I just finished one row and then I would start another row like right away. It's like really easy after you start it and get the hang of it. Kind of got obsessed, and I was just like thinking about it today. I was like, oh, I want to go home and do the knitting. As of right now, I'm stuck at the table because I'm focusing on working on like one needle at a time, but I'm stuck at the table. I'm not stationary yet. I'm not at the level yet, so I'm just working at the table for now. Hey guys, so I'm finally doing a knitting update. I've been knitting like crazy for the last 2 days, and this is how much I have done. Thanks. And it's actually looking really good. The colors are blending really nicely, and it looks really intricate, but trust me, it's not that bad. I'm gonna be moving on to my thumb increases right now, so I would show you guys what it looks like on. So it looks like, guys, I think it should go down a little bit further, but it's okay. It's looking pretty good. I'm kind of like thinking that this pattern is really simple to follow, so if you are like a beginner or advanced beginner, the stars on the website are actually legit and it's really easy to follow. So I'd recommend this pattern. And I recently got these stitch markers, and I'm gonna need them for the project. They're actually really cute. There's like really big ones, and then there are like smaller ones. And this whole time we've been using like yarn and like safety pins, but now we are advanced just like everybody else. Just testing out something new with this microphone. I'm going for like a little bit of a fun vibe for the video, but I'll see you guys when one glove is done. Okay guys, so I need to choose a stitch marker. I'm thinking between yellow, blue, and yellow. I'm gonna choose this one. So I originally thought that putting the stitch marker on the needle was a good idea, but turns out that it wasn't, because every time you finish the stitches off of one needle, like, you have to rotate your work. so the stitch markers ended up falling off the needle every single time. So I'm finally done with school and I finally have the time to knit. So I'm going to be hosting like a self knit-a-thon. I don't know if you guys heard about readathons, but people just did like 24-hour like read-alongs, but my knitting project is right there. And I'm working on the thumb increases and I am going to try to finish one by the end of the night. I think I can do it. I always say this, but this time around I actually think I can. Since I seriously started knitting last year, I didn't get to complete many projects, so this year I want to kind of like take it slow so I don't like hurt my hand or anything, but I'm thinking about making more like actual garments because I've been stuck on accessories, but I feel like this is a nice knit to transition into the new year, and I have a lot of things that I kind of want to do, but you can't like do everything at once, so I'm trying to also time stuff properly, so I'm only working on like one thing at like a certain time. Also, I've noticed while I've been making these videos that I'm like a really slow knitter. Like I think I'm below average, so I'm thinking about changing up my style because I knit the normal English style and I'm gonna try to switch up to continental so I can knit faster, and if I ever want to like do knitting videos I can actually finish the pieces faster because as of right now I'm like a really slow knitter. When I started this project, I was actually discussing it with my sister and I was like, I really like how these penny gloves look. Maybe they're gonna become like a statement piece in my closet, like something I'm gonna make a lot of. But I think I'm gonna go back on that statement because it take a long time to make, and although I love them, I think I'm gonna only like make two. Hey guys, update time. Unfortunately, I have to stop the knitting. It's hurting my hand a little bit and I realized that maybe I took on too much and I actually can't finish it. This is like nothing new because I always say that I'm gonna try to do something, but it's kind of hard for me. But don't be sad, there will be an update in 2 weeks. I'm gonna say, to be safe, I will be done. But I was realizing when you're knitting like one thing, it's so much harder because it's not connected. So say I finished one, the long time it took me, I'm like, oh my god, I want to make another one, right? But it's gonna take me like the whole time again, so it's like you kind of gonna put it back a little bit, which is a little bit annoying, but I just kind of have to push through. But I kind of did a lot of progress. I have this much done. I really was super close to reaching the thumb increases part, but I fell a little bit short. But this project is actually really beginner friendly. It's rated 2 stars on the website, and anybody that's like an intermediate beginner or advanced beginner should be able to do this. It's just the typical purl and knit stitch and the M1R M1L increases, but you're gonna have to know how to knit using double pointed needles, which looks a little bit intricate, but it's way easier than it looks. I'm gonna link the video that I used to learn how to use them, or you're gonna have to know how to knit in the round with circling needles. So the whole project is pretty simple, and if anybody's interested, just check it out. Funding, I feel like they're gonna become really popular, so if you want to like make your own and do that kind of take, just try it out. These will be shown in a new video that's gonna come soon. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you next week. Thank you.